Gray and a little foggy this morning. The air is really moist. I believe it's supposed to rain this morning. Looks like it, doesn't it? Let's breathe together. Start with your posture. On your back, your bed, the sofa, the floor, maybe a recliner kicked back, legs uncrossed. Try one hand on the belly and one hand on the rib cage, and pull the air in through both nostrils, pulling it down so the belly begins to round up. Continue pulling and feel across your rib cage as it swells and up into your chest as it swells. Pull it all the way in, and at the top spill it out and let it flow out gently all the way back down to the bottom as your body lengthens and flattens. Tuck your chin back towards your neck and let out the last bit of air before you pull in again. Pulling the air in through both nostrils, if you can. The nose is equipped to warm and filter and humidify the air. And continue the pattern of a long, full inhale, rounding up as you fill all the way up, and then a gentle, long exhale as your body lengthens and flattens. Good. That long, whole body, full, complete breath. Comfortable and relaxed. And if you notice any tension or any nips of pain, breathe right to them. Allow the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide to bring whatever is needed and carry away whatever needs to go away. And breathe. Bring the breath to your thoughts and do the same. Let your thoughts go away on the exhale. Creating that neutral space. Relaxed in both body and mind. Good. Let's start with some simple isometric exercises with our feet, the base, where everything begins and affects our body all the way to the top of our head. Just aware of your feet and breathe that long breath right to your feet. Now focus on your big toe. Breathe right to that big toe and then move it and bring it up so it's independent of the other toes. Bring it as high as you can and hold and breathe. Feel the tension in your feet. Try to keep your feet so that those toes are pointing forward and so you haven't pulled the feet in or splayed them out. So they're flat like they would be if they were against a surface. Hold and breathe for 3 to 5 breaths. If your big toe doesn't move, don't worry about it. The effort of trying creates the same effect as if it lifted as high as can be. And when the 3 to 5 breaths are complete, release your toe and let your foot relax. This time, move the big toe independently of the other toes by pulling it down and holding it down and breathing that 3 to 5 complete breath pattern. Feels different than lifting, Just notice your feet and the tension that's created, and hold and breathe. And again, if your toe doesn't move, the effort of trying to do it is creating an effect that's the same effect that you'll get if it does move. 3 to 5 complete breaths, rounding up on the inhale and releasing and gently flattening on the long exhale. And when the breath is complete, release the feet and let them be relaxed. Continue to pull your attention and the breath to your feet as you breathe the long breath. Good. This time, push your heel away from your body and pull your toes back towards your face. And hold. And notice the position of your feet. Sometimes when we try, our feet angle, making sure the toes are pointed forward, and if there were a surface in front of your feet would be lined up on that surface, touching all the spaces except the space where they pull back, your heels pushed against that imaginary surface and your toes pointing forward. And hold and breathe. Breathe those 3 to 5 breaths, long and full and complete. And when the breath is complete, release the tension and let your feet relax and be soft. And now on the next breath, curl your toes. And again, make sure your feet are pointing straight, and hold the tension of the curled toes and breathe that long breath. Notice the tension and perhaps even pain of this movement. And if at any time you feel pain that causes you to stop the breath, you need to ease off. Breathe to the discomfort and let it diminish. 3 to 5 long breaths, toes forward, heels flat on the surface, the back of the heels. Good. Good. And when the breath is complete, release the feet and continue the long breath. Good. Now wiggle and move your feet. What a great way to start the day. The feet are going to carry you wherever you go today, and you warm them up, get the blood energy flowing, release things that need to be released so they work more efficiently. Good. And now on the next in-breath, as you pull the air in through your nose and round up all the way, at the very top, take in those 3 extra sniffs, and then spill it out and let it go out all the way to the bottom. Gently lengthening and flattening. Chin tucked gently back toward the neck. And at the bottom, 3 puffs to let go of the last bit. Good. Continue the pattern of the long breath with the sniffs at the top and the long exhale with the puffs at the bottom. An even inhale and an even exhale. Good. Continuing the breath, sniffing at the top and puffing at the bottom. A great practice and something to return to during the day. if you need to reset. On this next breath, when you get to the top and take in the sniffs, let the exhale out on that long, audible sigh. Good. And do that breath several times. Remember, this is the one they actually studied in a research study, and they discovered that 5 minutes of this breath at the beginning of the day had a 24-hour effect and stayed with you over the day. The stimulation of the vagus nerve with the long breath and the outflow with the sound tones and strengthens the vagus nerve. And the stronger the vagus nerve, the better able we are to cope with the stress of daily life. We rise to the occasion as we're needed, and then a strong vagus nerve lets us return to that calm, neutral state. A good practice. Practicing today with a suspension of the breath. We're going to suspend at the bottom. At the bottom, the suspension of the breath has a calming effect. Calms the heart, calms the blood pressure. Not for a long count, but just maybe for a 2 count. Practice it. Do your long inhale and then your long exhale. And at the bottom, just lightly suspend for a 2 count. Practicing that in-breath long, out-breath long, suspend lightly 1, 2. And the suspension, the navel is back toward the spine and the lower chest and diaphragm lift. The upper ribs relax and gently compress. Pull the chin in and don't bend the spine when you try to exhale completely. That interrupts the action of the diaphragm. At the bottom, become still and calm. Start with a 2 count and then begin to lengthen the count to fit you. If you go too far and gasp for air, you definitely aren't achieving the calm of the suspension of the breath. So go easy and find the calm, still and calm. And continue the pattern. The long inhale, the long exhale, and then quiet. It's a great pattern. Continue breathing. It's said if you practice and work with a suspended breath, you can experience what yogis call shunya, which is 0. A deep silence, a deep stillness. And it's said that you can plant a seed in this stillness, a bij, B-I-J. That's the term they use. Something that is your identity. Simple and powerful. Yogis use the term Satnam, which is truth is my identity. There's a good seed to plant. Choose what you want and create a new rhythm or a new pattern of being. Continue the pattern of the long inhale and the long exhale and the suspension, the stillness, and plant the bij. And seeds grow. And let this grow into a rhythm or a pattern, a new rhythm or pattern of being. As you breathe, inhaling fully and completely, exhaling all the way out, and then still. Good. What a great practice. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.